Welcome back to more Pikmin 3 Deluxe. Last time we saw more of the tropical wilds, so this time we're tracking down a mysterious signal. Alright, let's take out 25 yellow Pikmin, 25 rock Pikmin, and 50 red Pikmin. We already cleared a path to the signal's location last time, but before we head over there to investigate, there's something else I want to take care of first. We still have the stone wall by the landing site, and I definitely want to destroy it to create a shortcut. So luckily bomb rocks actually respawn every day, so we can have the Pikmin dig some up. In the meantime, I wanted to mention that stone walls actually work slightly differently than in Pikmin 1. In the first game, there were different types of stone walls that took different amounts of bomb rocks. Some took 3, while others took 6 or even 9 bomb rocks to destroy. In Pikmin 3, they always take 3 bomb rocks, which honestly is a lot more convenient and consistent. Alright, let's destroy this, so the Pikmin won't have to go all the way around here, and we can also use the paper bag we moved last time to easily make it up to this ledge. Alright, we can make our way through here to the source of the signal. We go to a very not scenic route. It's surprising actually how deserty this part of the region is, given how lush the rest of the tropical wilds are, but up ahead should be the source of the signal. So this must have been the source of the signal that lured us here. Well, I'm sure I can scavenge that to amplify Drake's scanning range, so let's get it back to our ship. Before we get a closer look at that device, I also want to toss some Pikmin up here to dig out some more of these little spots. There's one right here. The red Pikmin can reach this one, but I'm pretty sure they can't be thrown far enough to reach that one over there, so instead we'll use the yellow Pikmin. Again, yellow Pikmin can be thrown higher and farther because they're actually a little bit lighter than the other types of Pikmin. While they're digging out those spots, we can collect a couple of data files and then dig out this device. And here's our next boss, the Sandbelching Meerslug. It can attack with 2 different methods. One is to create a sinkhole, and luckily we can actually use bombs. Let's see how you like this. The bombs will instantly launch it out of the ground if it eats them, making it very easy to charge all of our Pikmin at it. One thing worth mentioning is charging actually works a little bit differently in Pikmin 3 Deluxe rather than in the original. Basically, in the original, you could charge all of your Pikmin at once, while in Deluxe, you actually charge by type, which is a little bit different. Alright, we have our second bomb there, and so far so good. It can actually perform another attack as well. I think we just barely didn't do enough damage to enter this phase, so that was kind of a waste of a bomb rock. It can also surface out of the sand and try to fire sand blasts at us. I'm pretty sure the steepness of this little hill actually also increases as the fight goes on, but with that, we can attack once again, and after this point, we have to be a little bit on guard now that it's under half health. It'll throw in an additional attack as well. It's not really a new attack, it's just a slight variation. It'll start circling the arena. I recommend staying at the outer edges like this, just to be on the safe side. What the? I've got a bad feeling about this. And it creates a giant sinkhole that basically encompasses the entire arena. Honestly, I really like this fight, though I also admit that this is the most Zelda-like fight probably ever in a Pikmin game. It reminds me a lot of Mulgara from the Wind Waker, mixed with the bomb weakness of a Dodongo or an Emperor Bulblax, for a Pikmin analogy. Also, the boulders can't hurt Pikmin directly, but they will plant Pikmin, making it easier for the Meerslug to actually eat them, so be aware of that. Again, I think we're capped based on a cycle, so one more bomb rock if it if it sinks, or one more swarm if it surfaces, will be enough to finish it off. There we go, it's surfacing. I like how it has pictures of ferrets. Alright, let's have the rock Pikmin carry the Meerslug itself back, because we definitely need some more rock Pikmin for something later on, but we're definitely running into some problems, literally and figuratively. Let's have the yellow Pikmin carry the phone, I guess, and we'll have the red Pikmin help to carry the pieces of this watermelon. Basically, it broke apart when it got spit out. Even divided up, it's so big! This will definitely take quite a few Pikmin to carry back, and luckily we do have a full squad, so it won't be too bad. Some of them actually take a lot more Pikmin than others, and also one thing worth mentioning in Pikmin 3 is a lot of times charging will only send the exact number needed at minimum. It won't send all of your Pikmin, so like you can have more Pikmin carry things back, but in general swarming or charging will only send the exact number you need at minimum. Which is nice in some ways and kind of annoying in other ways. It kind of depends on the situation. We actually didn't get the final bomb rock out of there, unfortunately. That's fine, but I actually might try to toss some red Pikmin up there. Again, I don't think they can actually reach up there, but it's worth a shot. I was hoping that they'd actually dig them out by the time the cutscene happened. Oh, they can reach, just barely. So yeah, we actually want 2 bomb rocks for something later on. Actually, it's a little bit overkill, admittedly, but there was actually an encounter I'm very worried about. That might sound really ridiculous, that I'm really worried about this, but I hope it makes sense later. It's kind of like the same situation with the desiccated skitter leaves, where even though this enemy isn't particularly threatening, they travel in large numbers and can eat Pikmin really fast. I like how this really tiny tunnel has one of the largest enemies that we have to carry it through. I have heard there are cases where it can get a little bit stuck based on the physics, so luckily it got through no problem, and it looks like this little device is almost back to the landing site as well. While we're waiting for it to return to the landing site, I think I'll actually head back to the area where Alf crash landed. Actually, they're so close, I might as well wait for it to get brought back all the way. Analyzing. We're receiving a transmission from the Drake. Analyzing recovered item. A communication device once used on this planet. Its signal strength is very powerful, and it contains technology unknown to Kopai. Its transmitter is fully intact. If I can incorporate some of this technology into the Drake's communication system, I may be able to boost our signal strength even more. Oh boy, another all-nighter. So with that taken care of, we have about half of our day left, so let's make our way through here. We have another pyroclasmic slooch guarding this cave now that was not here the first time. I'm going to wait for it to turn around, and then swarm our red Pikmin to finish it off, and then we can safely make our way through here. Again, I do want 2 bomb rocks for this area, and again, it might seem like overkill at first, but we have a returning enemy from the previous games that is now living around here. We have some, if they'll show up, some male shear grubs. I actually want to use a bomb, because I don't want to worry about them. Again, they travel in numbers, so actually attacking them all at once can be a bit of a problem, so using a bomb is a much simpler solution. We'll use the remaining bomb on this bulborb that is settled into this little crash site, basically. With that taken care of, we have a couple more dwarf bulborbs remaining. We'll toss a couple Pikmin, and we also have a fruit growing where the onion was, ironically, given that Alf was really disappointed that this wasn't a fruit originally. So we'll toss the yellow Pikmin up here to carry that back. We also have another path up to explore, but we'll actually go from the other direction. There's actually another route, and apparently this might be the intended route because of where something is located, but it's actually kind of odd. You can go from this side, but I think it is intended to get it from a different angle, and it's something that I actually probably wouldn't have realized if it wasn't for a change in Pikmin 3 Deluxe, and you can probably guess what the change is given some of the other changes that I've talked about. So, we want to go over here, round up some more of our Pikmin. We need 10, once again, and we want to basically go over to where we built the bridge to the stump that inevitably led to the region, or to the area of the region that led to the Meerslug arena. There was something very, very subtle hidden in this area that for the longest time I didn't even know was there. So let's round up our Pikmin and make our way over to this area. Over here, if I'm not mistaken, there should be a path indicated by a screw. Again, I don't feel like I've ever noticed that before, and wouldn't have thought to even get this next item this way if it wasn't for this in Deluxe. I can't quite place where I've seen this before. I should get it back to the Drake for a thorough analysis. And we have another suit upgrade, so let's toss the Pikmin to carry this back. We also have a data file over here where Alf landed. Somehow he missed this the first time. I'm not entirely sure how that happened, unless whoever left it passed through at a later time. We'll actually use the Go Here command to get the other captains back to the landing site. We'll swap back to Alf, and we have a couple more fruits we can actually go for with our remaining time. We also have this little waterfall path, and unfortunately we can't get this because it's in the water, and most Pikmin can't swim. But there was a fruit I passed by yesterday over here. We actually don't need any more bomb rocks for now, which is also really nice, but we want to collect this over here. That only takes 3 Pikmin, so that's not too heavy. And we also have this little buried plant from before, and I want to take some time to harvest a few more from this. While they're working on that, we're going to take the rock Pikmin and the yellow Pikmin on a bit of an adventure past the fiery blowhogs and the wollywogs, because there should also be a fruit buried over here. So while the yellow Pikmin dig this out, and we actually want to go through this little tunnel in this little fiery, analyzing. We're receiving a transmission from the Drake. Analyzing recovered item. This undergarment increases the spacesuit's durability. I should have bought one of these for my spacesuit at the shop back on Kopai. Oh, it's even got an instruction manual with it. I'll save it in the exploration notes. Increases the durability of your spacesuit. Cool! I can take a few more hits wearing this. Alright, let's actually dig out this to hopefully find some more bomb rocks. I actually realized we do need more bomb rocks, but just not from that other stash. Analyzing. Is an incoming transmission from the Drake. Sufficient nectar gathered. On some planets, this nectar is used as a pick-me-up spray. Press Y to use an ultra-spicy spray and invigorate the Pikmin in your squad. Ultra-spicy nectar can also be obtained from sources other than berries. Explorers can collect it directly when they find it. Explorers automatically collect ultra-spicy nectar when they find it. I wonder what will happen if I press Y to apply to my Pikmin squad. I obviously don't want to try it right now because we definitely need to save some for later. Actually, I don't really end up using it very much in this game, especially in comparison to Pikmin 2, where I feel like the spicy and bitter sprays are essentially required to get through some of it unscathed. But in general, they're still helpful or the one spray is still helpful in this game, but just not nearly as much of a requirement, basically. And the bitter spray doesn't even return at all, but like in Pikmin 2, you can also just find it by breaking eggs as well, so we might as well break the eggs to try to demonstrate, but we'll probably not get that good of luck, and of course we didn't. But with that taken care of, let's round up the Pikmin that should be left behind here from digging up the fruit. We actually have quite a few fruits left, and we'll come back at a later time to round them up. We also have this little arena that's indicated by the little star with an electric gate, and we'll have to get through there next time we're here. But that's actually going to be a while, because we actually have quite a lot of story progress to make. We'll also try to work on collecting some more spicy spray later on, but we're definitely running out of time for that. I think I got everything I wanted to collect for this particular day. There's so many different fruits and different items to collect that sometimes it can actually be a little bit overwhelming trying to remember to get everything, but that should be everything I wanted. Again, we could get this one here, but I would rather save it for another time, especially given how little time we have left. But beyond that, it looks like we've basically cleared out this area. We could probably get another round of spicy spray, actually, with the limited time we have remaining. In general, the Pikmin, because it's relatively light, it doesn't take much to carry it back. Again, the longest part of this is simply breaking the berries off from the main plant. But yeah, it is interesting that the bitter spray isn't in Pikmin 3, and in some ways I actually get it, because to be honest, it kind of trivialized a lot of fights in 2, but to be honest, I actually miss it because it would be nice for like 1 or 2 fights, but in general I do feel like it's not overly missed. Again, the spicy spray is also nice to have, but isn't really as much of a necessity, but I do want at least 2 bottles of it for 2 very specific fights in the future. I actually probably will get a 3rd bottle too, because I actually can't remember if this is like Pikmin 2, where a cutscene plays the first time, and also if the cutscene plays, or like if it cuts into the time for the actual usage of the spicy spray. So I probably should have another on hand, just in case, but basically berry plants are in every region, so we'll be able to look for some then. But with that being said, we are done in the tropical wilds for now, so we'll head somewhere else next time. Hehehe, new fruit, yes! Bottoms up! It's good to build a juice supply like this. We should be alright for a little while. With the Sandbelching Meerslug, we actually increased our rock Pikmin numbers considerably, and grew some more yellow Pikmin as well, it looks like, and red Pikmin. We actually increased our numbers quite a bit. Again, this is actually one of the more exciting days in terms of, like, progress. We actually were all over the place in the region, collecting various fruits, and collecting various fruits after defeating the boss. We showed that beastly Meerslug who was boss, and retrieved the communication device without incident. Alpha is working on incorporating the device's transmitter into the Drake's communication systems. The creatures on this planet will eat anything, like gluttons. I'm glad we Copites aren't like that. You can now fight the Sandbelching Meerslug in the Defeat Bosses mission. Thanks to that technology we found, we've been able to expand the Drake's scanning range even more. So, another signal? We thought the last signal was coming from Olimar. We have to follow it. It's our only clue to his location, and that of our cosmic drive key. I feel like we're on a wild goose chase, or worse, what if this Olimar isn't what he seems? Don't worry, Brittany. If anything happens, you have both Alpha and me here to protect you. Why doesn't that comfort me? Alright then, let's get going. The hunt for Olimar continues. The variety of fruit on this planet is truly impressive. Sometimes I think about making a home here. It might be nice. All the juice you can drink. Do you think people would ever visit this planet on vacation? I don't know, but right now, the people of Kopai are depending on us to stay on the task at hand. Yes, of course, Alf. I was just wondering if tourists would like it here. No harm in that. That concludes our first full week on PNF 404. Next time, we will be exploring the Twilight River, so thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more Pikmin 3 Deluxe.